Friday. It's the end of the working day. My friend Layla is in my office drinking coffee. She tells me a story about one of her clients. We laugh. Your clients are very difficult people, I say. Layla is a lawyer, but many of her clients are very poor people too. She does good work. And what about you? Says Layla. You're a private investigator, and your clients are often very difficult and dangerous. Sahid worries about you. He likes you a lot, you know. Sahid is Layla's brother. He's a detective in the police. Detective Sergeant Sahid Patel. He and Layla are my best friends. Sahid worries about me a lot. I smile. Sahid doesn't need to worry about me, I say. I can take care of myself. I finish my coffee and stand up. Friday night, the best night of the week. What shall we do this evening? Go to the cinema? Okay, but let's eat first. I'm really hungry, Layla says. Oh, and don't forget, next Friday you're coming to dinner at our house. Sahid's cooking chicken. Great, I say. Sahid's chicken dinner is famous with all his friends. Layla puts on her coat, and at the door I turn off the lights. I begin to close the door, and the phone rings. Oh, leave it, says Layla. It's Friday night. I go back into the office. I can't do that, I say. Perhaps it's a new client. It is. It's a man's voice, speaking quickly. I listen, say yes and no in the right places, and finish the call. Sorry, Layla. No cinema tonight. Another time, I say. The client wants me to meet him this evening. Oh, dear, Layla says. Can't he wait till tomorrow? He says not. He's a worried man, I think. We say goodbye, and Layla leaves. The meeting is in a Greek restaurant not far from Piccadilly Circus. I take a bus and then walk. The Athena restaurant in Old Compton Street is small and noisy. The client is sitting at the back, at a table for two, watching the door. He stands up when I get near the table. A tall man, nice looking. Brown hair, brown eyes. Worried eyes, tired eyes. He's not sleeping at night. Hi, I say. Shirley Holmes. Jeff Clayton, he says. Thanks for coming. We sit down, and a waiter brings us bread, olives, feta cheese, water for me, and beer for Jeff Clayton. Clayton stares at me. You look very young for a private detective, he says. How can I help you, Mr. Clayton? I say. What's your problem? I'm not here to talk about my age. Okay, sorry, he says. I have a business, an electrical design company, Clayton Electrics. We design... I take out a piece of paper and push it across the table to him. It's the front page from his company's website. He looks at it, then at me. Ah, he says. You Googled me. You know all about my company. No, I say, but I know a little about electrical design now. So your problem is a business problem then? I eat an olive and a piece of feta cheese. I love olives and feta, probably because of my Greek mother. Jeff Clayton tells me his problem. His business is losing money because he's not getting new clients. Every time he does a quotation for a new job, he doesn't get it. In 6 months, not one new contract, he says. Not one. My quotations are good. My designs are good. I'm not expensive. My prices are good. I have good workers. 6 months ago, I had lots of new business. Everything was fine. And now, nothing. Why? Who is getting these contracts then? I ask. Is it always the same company? He smiles a little. Yeah, you got it. I talked to some people, asked some questions. It's always the same company. Spark and Flash Design in Roehampton. Their design is nearly the same. Their prices are nearly the same, but just a little bit lower. So they get the contract. How do you do a quotation? I ask. Tell me. I look at the client's building with one or two of my designers. My design staff then do the plans. It's all done on computer, of course. I do the costings for the work and then send the quotation to the client. And you keep the quotations on the office computer? I say. What kind of security do you have? He tells me the name of the security program on the office computer. I know it. It's a good one. I keep all the quotations and costings in a special folder on the computer, he says. Nobody can open the folder without the password, and every file in the folder has a password too. How many people know the passwords? I ask. Only me. It sounds all right, but a good hacker can break through that security. I think you have a cyber thief on your staff, I say. Someone is getting through your security, taking the costings information and selling it to this other company. Do you trust all your staff? He looks at me, very unhappily. I did trust them once, he said. I don't now. What can I do? There's a very big contract coming soon. Blanding's house, near Putney Bridge. All new electrics in the building. A Chinese bank is going to open there. I'm doing the costings for the quotation now. It must be in by next Friday. I don't want to lose this one. I can't lose this one. He pushes his glass away and looks at me. Can you help me? Yes, I think I can. I eat some more olives and finish the cheese. I need to be in your office for a day or two. Talk to your staff. Is that okay with you? Sure, he says. Come and go when you like. I need to do some thinking tomorrow, I say. Can I phone you on Sunday with my plan, Mr. Clayton? Sure, he says again. But Please, call me Jeff. We're working together on this. Can I call you Shirley? No, you can't, I say. In your office, I'm going to be Sally Hawker. So you call me Sally, right? And you call me on this mobile number, not the one on my website. I give him my business card and show him the number on the back of the card. Shirley Holmes, Private Investigator. He looks at it, then at the front of the card, and laughs. Shirley Holmes. That's not your real name, is it? You changed it because you wanted your name to sound like Sherlock Holmes. Maybe, I say, or maybe my mother married a man called Holmes, and they called me Shirley. Early on Sunday evening, I phoned Jeff Clayton on his home number. Hi, Mr. Clayton. Shirley Holmes here. Can we talk about my plan for tomorrow? Is this a good time? Oh, hi, Shirley. I mean, Sally. Listen, please call me Jeff. I don't do this Mr. thing. Or do you want me to call you Miss Holmes? I mean, Miss Hawker? I laugh. OK. Jeff. Now, about tomorrow, I'm going to be a journalist called Sally Hawker, and I want to talk to your design staff about their work. I'm writing a long piece for Flipside magazine. Do you know it? Yes, I do. It's good. So you want me to tell the staff about you before you arrive. When are you coming? About 10 o'clock. Is that all right? Fine. I have files on all my staff here on my laptop. Do you want me to email the files to you? Great, I say. Please send them right now. When I arrive at the Clayton Electric's office on Monday morning, I know names, addresses, ages, families, schools, universities, but I need to know much more. It's a small office, everything open, no closed doors. Faces are friendly, interested. I'm something new in their working day. I tell them about me and the IET, the Institution of Engineering and Technology. I use my smiley journalist face and my smiley voice. The IET wants more young people in schools to be interested in technology, I tell them. So they ask me to write something for their Flipside magazine. That's the one for 11 to 15-year-olds, says Harry. I wrote something for them once, many years ago. Harry Bowman, 59, electrical designer. 10 years with Clayton. Very good at his job, but getting old. So, what do you want to know? Asks Anna. Anna Lund, 29, electrical designer. 2 years with Clayton. Very clever. Tell me about your working day, I say. What do you do? Where do you go? Who do you talk to? Anna laughs. Oh, you must talk to Ken. He usually goes out with Jeff and talks to the clients. Me and Harry just stay here and do the work. Ken smiles at me. Don't listen to Anna, he says. She gets out to see clients too. Ken Okobi, 32, electrical designer. 5 years with Clayton. A good listener, good with the clients. There are the 3 designers and some office staff. I stay with them all day. I sit next to the designers at their laptops. We talk about their computer programs and electrical design. I laugh when they laugh. I drink coffee with them, I watch, and I listen. I talk to the office staff too. Nice people, but they don't know computers. They can use them, but they don't understand them. No hackers here, I think. I go out to lunch with the designers at an Italian restaurant. I ask them about money. Is the pay good? Very good, Ken says. Jeff Clayton pays well. Ah, says Anna. I'd like more money. Oh, you always want more, Anna, Ken says, smiling. And why not? Says Anna. I'm good at my job. She looks at me. I don't like working for other people. I want to start my own business. I want to be a rich woman before I'm 40. The 2 men laugh. When we walk back to the office, I walk with Harry. Do you enjoy the work? I ask. Yes and no, Harry says. You see, my wife is not well, and I'd like to be at home to take care of her. She needs the sun, and I'd like to buy a house in Spain when I stop working. But that's never going to happen. Ken is walking in front of us, and suddenly I see his shoes. They look very expensive. Yes, they're Gucci shoes, I'm sure of it. Back in the office, I watched the designers at their laptops again. Ken is very helpful. He tells me a lot about his work and shows me some of his designs. Do you take your laptop home at night? I ask. Yes, we all do, says Ken. And I always need my laptop with me when I visit clients. I work at home in the day sometimes, says Harry, because of my wife. I sometimes need to be at home. Interesting. They take their laptops home. So it's easy for the hacker to do things at home when nobody is watching. 5:30, going home time. They're closing down laptops, putting on coats. The working day is finished. So, which one of them is the hacker and the cyber thief? It's one of the 3 designers, I'm sure. Is it Harry? He wants a house in Spain for his wife, but he hasn't got the money for it. Anna? She's clever, quick, wants to be rich, and she wants it now. She doesn't like waiting. And there's Ken. He's a nice guy, good at his work, but he's wearing Gucci shoes. I get out my laptop, Google Gucci shoes, and look for the prices. £470 for a pair of shoes. Where does Ken get that kind of money? I need to know more about Ken's home life. But first, I need to visit the weasel. I don't know the weasel's real name. Nobody knows it. He lives in a great big apartment in Bayswater. It's really just one big room with computers. Computers big and small. Computers everywhere. The weasel is probably the best hacker in England, maybe in Europe. I sit on one of the weasel's black chairs, drink black coffee, and look around the great dark room. The only light is from computer screens. Indian music is playing quietly from one of the computers. Don't you ever go out? I say. See some daylight. Look at some trees. Feel the sun on your face. Why do I want to see daylight or trees? The weasel says. He looks around at his computers. All the world comes to me here. I don't need daylight. He looks at me. What do you need, Hawker? He always calls me Hawker. He likes that name better than Holmes. You always need something. Years ago, the weasel went through a bad time. I helped him then, and he doesn't forget that. I can ask him for help when I want. I tell him about Jeff Clayton's problem. I want to watch 3 laptops, probably through the night. I need to catch the person when they get through the security on the main office computer. How many passwords? The weasel asks. 2. One for the quotations folder, and then every file has its password too. That's a clever hacker, says the weasel. OK, you need a Trojan horse program. I can write that for you. Give me 24 hours. I meet Jeff in Richmond Park at 6:30 on Tuesday morning. A park is a good place to meet, away from watching eyes and listening ears. We walk up Sawyer's Hill. It's beautiful in the park in the early morning. There's not many people at that time. Maybe a walker with a dog, or somebody running. It's quiet and green, with lots of big trees. I love trees. Jeff Clayton is not interested in trees. Who is it? He says. Who's my cyber thief? Do you know yet? No, I say. I tell him about my day in his office. It's one of your 3 designers, I'm sure of it. But we need to catch them when they're doing it. But how? Says Jeff. I'm going to put a Trojan on your office computer. When the designers turn on their laptops, the Trojan downloads. I can then watch everything on their laptops on my laptop. But they know nothing about it. I can see them, but they can't see me. A Trojan, says Jeff. But they're dangerous. Are you sure about this? Where does this Trojan come from? How do you get it? A friend is writing it for me, I say. What friend? Who? Sorry, I can't tell you that, I say. Look, do you want to catch this thief or not? Trust me, we need to do this. Then, when the Trojan is in place, you upload your costings for the new quotation. What was it? Blandings something? Blandings House. A Chinese bank is moving into the building. They want everything new. Which Chinese bank is that? I ask. Oh, I can't tell you that, Jeff says and looks at me. I laugh, and after a minute, he laughs too. And then we wait and watch, I say. I use my motorbike when I want to move around London a lot. I look like a motorbike messenger, taking letters and packets from A to B. The letters and packets never arrive, of course, but nobody knows that. They just see a person, all in black, on a motorbike, and think, oh, a messenger. Nobody sees your face. Nobody knows your name. Nobody remembers you. This is good. Harry, Ken, and Anna are at work in the Clayton Electric's office, so I'm going to look at their homes. Sometimes you learn things from a person's home. Harry Bowman lives in a little house in a quiet street near Kew Gardens. It's a nice house with a nice little garden in a nice street. Lots of nice people in nice little houses. I ride up and down the street once or twice, but it tells me nothing. It's the same for Anna Lund. She lives in an apartment in a house in Barnes. There are 4 apartments in the house, but nobody is at home, so I can't ask any questions. I walk around the back of the house, but there is nothing to see. Ken Okobi lives on Richmond Hill. Big houses, big, expensive houses, looking down over the River Thames. I stop the bike by his house and get out my iPad. I'm just a messenger checking an address. A car arrives and stops outside the house. An older man gets out and goes into the house. Ken's father. The car is dark blue, long and low. It's a Porsche. Only very, very rich people drive a Porsche. There are 2 small boys walking down the street, carrying skateboards. They stop next to me and stare at my motorbike. Is that a Yamaha? One of them says. Yes, I say. Do you like it? Yeah, it's cool, the boy says. What do you think of that car? I say, looking at the Porsche. I'd like one of those. That's a really cool car. That's Mr. Okobi's Porsche, the other boy says. He lives in this house here. My dad knows him. He's got lots of money then, I say. He's an oil millionaire from Nigeria, my dad says. He's got 3 cars, no 4, says the boy. So Ken wears Gucci shoes because he has a rich daddy, not because he's a thief. An interesting person. He doesn't need to work with a rich family like that, but he does. I like that. The boys move on, and I check my iPad for messages. There's a green light on the screen. 2 emails. One from Layla, one from the Weasel. The Weasel's email has no message, just a file attachment, a file called gardenforflowers.exe. It's the Trojan Horse program. At 10 o'clock that evening, Jeff Clayton and I meet outside his office. Jeff opens the doors, puts the lights on, makes us a cup of coffee. I sit down at the main computer and get out a memory stick. "What's on that stick?" asks Jeff. "The Trojan. My friend emailed it to me and I copied it onto this stick." I put the stick into the computer and start to upload the Trojan file. Jeff watches. He's very worried. "Are you sure about this?" he says. "Trojans can do very bad things." "Yes, they can," I say, "but I'm not doing bad things. I'm just going to watch and catch your cyber thief, we hope. Is your Blandings House quotation ready yet?" "Nearly," says Jeff. "I'm going to finish the last bits tonight." "OK. Tomorrow morning, upload the Blandings file into the quotations folder on the office computer in the usual way. And then tell the staff about it, but just quietly. It's just another quotation. Don't do or say anything different. Just be normal." I stand up and put my coat on. Nothing's going to happen before tomorrow night when they take their laptops home. "Then you're on the night watch," Jeff says. "And what do I do?" "Nothing," I say. "Stay at home. Wait for my call." When I'm working on a case, I like to check everything. Perhaps this isn't the first time for our cyber thief. Cybercrime gets bigger and bigger every year. Lots of people are doing it again and again. Every private investigator needs to have a good friend in the police. I phone Saheed. "Saheed, dear Saheed," I say, "I need your help again." "Why are you only nice to me when you want something?" Saheed says. He's smiling. I can hear it in his voice. "I'm always nice to you," I say. "And you're going to be nice to me today. I know it. I have some names for you. Do any of these people have a police record? It's so easy for you. You just have to put the names into the police computer and—" "OK, says Saheed. "I have a meeting very soon, but I can give you 10 minutes now. Not a second more. Give me the names." I give him Ken, Anna, and Harry, and then 15 names from the Spark and Flash website. All these people work for a company called Spark and Flash Design, I say. "Spark and Flash Design?" Saheed says. He's typing the names on his keyboard. I can hear it through the phone. Clack, clack, clack. "What kind of company is that?" "It's an electrical design company," I say. Saheed laughs. "What a stupid name," he says. "Who wants Spark and Flash in their electrics?" "Well, of course not," I say. "But people laugh, and then they remember the name. and that's clever. "Here we are," says Saeed. He reads from his computer screen. "Ken Okobi, nothing. Anna Lund, nothing. No, there's nothing in the records for any of those names. Is that helpful?" "Yes and no," I say. "But it was a great help to me. Thanks a million, Saeed." "No problem," Saeed says. "See you Friday night, then." I have a quiet day. I go for a walk, do some shopping, have a quick lunch with Layla. "How's it going?" she asks. "The new case? The man in the Greek restaurant?" "Okay," I say. I never talk about my cases with my friends. Only Saeed, because he's a detective and he understands the work. Jeff's staff usually finish work about 5:30, Jeff told me. They get home by about 6:30, maybe. At 5 o'clock, I'm at home, my laptop is ready, and I have 3 little windows on the screen. One for Ken's laptop, one for Anna's, and one for Harry's. I'm good at waiting and watching. Every private investigator needs to be good at these things. You learn to watch every little thing and remember it. You learn to go for a long time without sleep, and then sleep for 12 or 14 hours. 8 o'clock. I drink coffee and read on my iPad. I find a story on the internet about cybercrime. It's not very good. A hacker in a high school is taking millions of dollars from a bank in Switzerland. It sounds so easy. But in real life, it isn't easy. A really clever hacker can get through a bank's security, but it's very difficult. The weasel can do it, I think. But he doesn't. Well, I don't know. I don't ask questions. 11 o'clock. I make some more coffee and drink it black. My laptop screen shows nothing. Maybe the cyber thief is waiting for a quiet time late at night. 1 o'clock. My iPad suddenly shows a green light. It's a message from the weasel. "How's it going?" he writes. "Nothing happening yet," I write back. "Are the garden flowers all right?" "Yes, they're beautiful. Thank you very much." "No problem." "Are you doing the night watch then?" "Yes, boring." "What are you doing?" "Talking to a guy in California about the new internet laws in America." "Bad news, eh?" "Very bad. We don't want these laws. The internet must be free for everyone." I look at my laptop screen. Hey, something's happening. Must go. Talk to you later. I close my iPad and turn to my laptop. The screen is flashing. Somebody is getting into the Clayton office computer. They get to the password for the quotations folder. Yes, they break through that. Now the password for the Blandings file. And they're through that. Now the file is downloading to a laptop. Anna's laptop. I phone Jeff. "Hey, Jeff, Are you asleep?
I'm not now, he says. What's happening?
I have a name for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Anna Lund. He doesn't say anything for a minute, then... Anna. It's Anna. Are you sure? It's Anna's laptop. Perhaps she did it, or perhaps her Spark and Flash friend did it, but it's her laptop.
Right. Jeff Clayton's voice is angry. I'm calling the police in the morning. They can come to the office, and when Anna walks in...
Wait, I say. Here's the bad news. Anna, or her friend, downloaded the Blandings file, but they didn't keep the file on her laptop. It went onto a memory stick. I took some screenshots of the file download. We can show the police those, but they don't prove anything. Somebody took the file from the office computer, yes, but the file's not on her laptop now.
But the download happened on her laptop, says Jeff. Of course she's the thief.
Listen, Jeff. What's she going to say? She's going to say, what file? What are you talking about? Where is this file on my laptop? I don't know anything about a file. She's not stupid, and she's going to be ready for any question. She did it, yes, but we can't prove it.
Yes, I see. You're right, Shirley.
Jeff's voice is very unhappy.
So, what are we going to do?
Well, the Trojan horse was plan A, and now I have plan B, I say. Where is the Blandings file now? We need to know that. Maybe Spark and Flash have got the file already. But maybe they haven't, and maybe Anna is meeting somebody tomorrow. So I'm going to watch Anna all day. Where does she go? Who does she meet?
Okay, what can I do? Asks Jeff.
Go into the office tomorrow. Be normal. Be nice to Anna. Nice to everyone. Talk about work, the weather, the football, whatever. We know about Anna, but she doesn't know that. We don't want her to worry.
Okay, I get it, Jeff says.
Watch and listen. Text me when Anna does anything, when she leaves the office, goes to lunch, makes a phone call. Use my Sally Hawker mobile number. I sleep for 3 or 4 hours, then get up, drink more coffee, and call a taxi. I want to be outside Anna's apartment before the buses start in the morning. I wear my student disguise. I have long hair, a big hat, and a wonderful long skirt with red and yellow flowers all over it. It's a great skirt. People look at the skirt and not at the face. Anna leaves her apartment at 8 o'clock, walks down the street to the bus stop, and gets on the first bus. There are lots of people on the bus. Anna goes upstairs, and I sit downstairs. She gets off the bus and walks to the office, and I'm 20 meters behind her. She doesn't meet anybody. She doesn't talk to anybody. I text Jeff. Anna arriving now. Nothing happened. A text
comes back from Jeff. Okay. I find a sandwich bar not far from the Clayton office. I sit by the window, and from there I can see the door of the Clayton office. I'm hungry. I eat 2 chicken and tomato sandwiches on brown bread and drink 2 cups of tea. I read on my iPad, watch the clock, and when the waiter gives me a hard look, I buy another cup of tea. 7 cups of tea. It's a long morning. A text arrives on my phone. Anna, leaving for lunch now. Everything normal. We talked about last night's football. When Anna comes out, I'm standing in the street looking into a shop window. She walks quickly for 10 minutes and then goes into a big pub by the river. It's lunchtime and the pub is noisy, full of people. I go in at another door and look around for Anna. She's with a man, a tall man with red hair. Is he just a friend or... No, he's more than a friend. Anna is kissing him. He's kissing her back. He has his arm around her. They're excited, happy, laughing. I move a little nearer to them. I get my phone out, hold the phone to my ear, but take photos, lots of them. Nobody looks at me. I'm just a student in a long, flowery skirt, talking on my mobile phone. I take a taxi back to my office and sit down at my big laptop. I download the photos to the laptop. The camera in my phone is a good one, and these photos are really good. So, who is this guy with Anna? 15 people work for Spark and Flash Design, and I have all the names. I begin with the people at the top of the company, put their names into Google, and hit search. I'm looking for photographs. Yes! Got him. The third name brings up lots of photographs of a tall man with red hair. He has a Facebook page with all his photos on it. Stupid man. Stephen Nyberg, Director, Spark and Flash Design. I meet Jeff Clayton in Richmond Park again. This time, it's raining, so we sit in his car and make a plan. Plan C. Early Friday morning, I'm in the sandwich bar near the Clayton office, waiting for a text from Jeff. I'm early, so I have a chicken and tomato sandwich again. They're good sandwiches. A text arrives from Jeff. She's here. Come in now. Today, I'm Shirley Holmes, private investigator. Quiet, dark clothes. No flowery skirts, no journalist smiley face. I walk through the Clayton office to Jeff's little room at the back. Ken and Harry stare at me. Do they see Sally Hawker or Shirley Holmes? They're not sure. In Jeff's office, I sit down on a chair near his desk. Anna is sitting in front of the desk. She looks at me quickly, then back at Jeff behind the desk. What's all this about, Jeff? She says. And why is Sally Hawker here? Anna, Jeff says slowly. He has Anna's laptop on his desk in front of him. He puts his hands on it. On Wednesday night this week, you downloaded a file from the office computer in the middle of the night. You used your laptop, that is, my laptop, the Clayton Electric's laptop, in your home. You broke through the computer security, and that's 2 passwords, to take this file. What did you do with that file? Where is it now? Anna laughs.
Hey, Jeff! What is all this? I'm your best designer. You told me that. What file are you talking about? I don't know anything about a file.
Jeff looks at a piece of paper on his desk. I have here a screenshot of your laptop at 1:05 a.m., 24th of May. It shows the download of a file, a very important file with information about costings. What did you do with it? Who did you sell this file to? Anna isn't laughing now. She looks quickly at me, then away again. She's worried. Why am I here? Why am I not speaking? She doesn't like it. I say nothing, just sit and watch her. She looks at Jeff.
Look, Jeff, she says. I don't like this. What are you saying? Are you calling me a thief?
Yes, I am. Who did you sell the file to? Jeff says. Was it to someone from Spark and Flash Design, maybe?
What? I don't know anybody from Spark and Flash Design. Who or what are they?
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Bad mistake, Anna. I take out my photographs and push them across the desk to her. Big colour photos. Stephen Nyberg, Director, Spark and Flash Design, I say. Steve, to his friends. Anna looks at the photos of her and Stephen Nyberg. Her face goes white, then red. She stares at me. She wants to kill me right now. I can see it in her eyes. You are not a journalist, she says angrily. What are you, police, or just a dirty little investigator? I hope Nyberg paid you well for all the Clayton quotations and costings, I say. Or did you do it for love? Love is cheaper for the company. Anna gets really angry now. She turns to Jeff. You think you're very clever, don't you? You and your stupid little company. You're not going to get this Blandings contract. ICBC don't like spending their money. They want better prices than yours. And Steve can give them those better prices. Second bad mistake, Anna. I look quickly at Jeff. Did he hear it? Yes, he did. How do you know the client is ICBC? He says. You told us. Anna's face is white again. No, I didn't, Jeff says. I said it was a Chinese bank. I didn't tell you the name of the bank. I didn't tell anybody the name of the bank. But the name ICBC was in the Blandings quotation. So you read the file, didn't you? You broke the passwords, downloaded the file, read it, and gave it to Spark and Flash. You're a hacker and a thief. Do you have anything to say? Anna says nothing. There is nothing to say. She's at the end of the road, and she has nowhere to go.
Jeff stands up. "Get out," he says. "Take your things and get out. Sally, please go with her and watch her. I want her out of this building in 5 minutes." In the afternoon, I'm back in my office, writing emails, checking messages, doing the paperwork. The phone rings. My Sally Hawker mobile. "Hey, Shirley, Jeff here. Can I come and see you?" "Sure." He arrives 10 minutes later. Big happy smile. His eyes don't look worried now. "Got some news," he says happily. "I wanted you to be the first to know." "Oh, that's nice," I say. "Is it exciting news?" He laughs. "It is for Clayton Electrics. We've got the Blandings house contract. I heard this afternoon." "Wow, that's great news. Well done," I say. "So, Spark and Flash didn't do a quotation, or they just didn't get it? What happened?" "I don't know," says Jeff, "but I did 2 quotations. I put one on the office computer on Wednesday, you know, when you told me to, but I did a second quotation with much better prices. I didn't put that on any office computer or send it by email. I put it on paper and sent it by motorbike messenger. Nobody in the office ever saw that quotation." I laugh. "Very clever. I didn't think of that. And did ICBC like those prices then?" He looks at me. "You opened the file in the night and read the quotation, didn't you? You knew it was ICBC." "Of course, I read it," I say. "I needed to know." "Huh," Jeff says. "Well, Shirley Holmes, Sally Hawker, would you like to have dinner with me tonight? A big thank you dinner." "Bread and olives at the Athena restaurant," I say. He smiles. He has a really nice smile. "There's a little French restaurant near Richmond Bridge, right by the river. Very good food. They don't do bread and olives." We're meeting at 7 o'clock. At home, I'm getting ready when I suddenly remember it's Friday night, Saheed's chicken dinner. I phone Layla, but Saheed answers the phone. He's home early because he's doing the cooking. This is going to be difficult. "Saheed," I say, "I'm really sorry, but I can't come tonight. I'm meeting a client." "On Friday evening?" Saheed says. "That was last Friday, Layla told me." "The client wants me to have dinner with him, to say thank you," I said. You never do that usually, Shirley. You never have dinner with clients. Clients are work, you say, not friends to have dinner with." "But this client has very beautiful brown eyes, Saheed. I just want to look into his eyes one more time." I enjoy teasing Saheed. Suddenly, he understands. "Ah, okay, this client has nice brown eyes, but can he cook a chicken dinner?" "Of course not," I say.
Your chicken dinners are the best in London, Saeed, and I want some. Can you keep some for me? Can I come round on Saturday?
8 o'clock, he says, and don't be late.